This is my speech using a visual aid, and here's with me is my family. Due to COVID-19, I can't have a full audience. Have you ever been to a place that felt like home but wasn't, or been around a group of people that felt like family but weren't? These are the feelings I felt at Hidden Acres. How can I fall in love with a place with so many bugs? You might be wondering. Well, I have. I've been a camper of 10 years, and not only do I have some special memories at Hidden Acres, but I've learned some special, valuable life lessons, and I've learned 4, and I'll be sharing them today. The power of vulnerability, the power of kindness and a compliment, how friends can turn into family, and the power of happiness over income. So in 2018, I believe it was, I went to camp, and this is the year that I had been in a cabin full of 20 girls, 20 middle school girls. This is beat camp history. This was the biggest cabin ever. And my camp's pretty big and it's been around for a long time, so this was crazy. How were 20 girls' personalities gonna mesh for a whole week, you might be wondering? Well, surprisingly, exceptionally well. I met one of my best friends this week, Felicity Severs, in which I talked to her today. More about her in a little bit. So we had an awesome time throughout the week. We did a lot of normal camp things and just had a ton of fun. But where I'll share about the power of vulnerability is one night, all of us, all 20 girls, we kind of sat in a circle and we shared some of our hardest, deepest things. And there were some girls that had a lot of trauma, and it was just really emotionally cleansing to just hear everyone's stories. And some of our counselors who had already experienced high school gave us some wisdom and were sharing about their stories. And so this just led to lesson number 1, the power of vulnerability, and learning how sometimes it's okay to let your guard down and share it, even if they were in reality strangers. The next year I went to camp. I was with some old friends, so it was fun to rekindle the relationships with them, but I also met some new friends. There was my friend, and one night we were going, and I was getting a s'more stick, and a girl walked up and she told me, "Wow, you have the most beautiful hair." And I was really flattered by this compliment, as I would have never been bold enough to go tell a random stranger that, but I was very flattered and thought it was the sweetest thing ever. And from here, I just learned the power of kindness, even if it's to a stranger, because I would always have been scared to compliment someone because I would have thought, oh, they're gonna think it's weird. But here I learned just the power of just a simple compliment sometime, and the power of kindness and being outgoing, because from there I wanted to be friends with her, and we actually remain friends to this day, just because she gave a simple compliment and was kind. The next story was actually this year, and so I didn't know who I was going to go to camp with. I was okay going solo, but I preferred to have a couple people I knew there with me. So I asked one of my friends, who I mentioned before, Felicity, and I had only spent 1 week of my life with her and 2 years ago. So it was kind of strange to just ask her, but we had kept in touch really well, and she now still remains one of my best friends. So I asked her if she was down to go, and so we went to camp together and we had a blast. I met some awesome best friends, and one of my counselors, here's a picture of her. We became really close, and I was so close with my other counselor named Emma. She now is a role model, and not only a role model, but a friend, and I keep in touch with her today. And so this is just where I learned the power of friends that turn into family. Goodbyes were really hard. The last day of camp, I was not only struggling with a chronic cold, but I was also in tears from saying goodbye to some new friends. So that just showed the importance of meeting new people. The next, lesson number 4, talks about the importance of income, or importance of happiness rather than income. And so I always thought, if I'm gonna get a job, I wanna get paid well, but I decided to apply for camp, and they don't get paid very well. It's about the experience, it's about serving, and not about the income. And I decided to let go of my ideas of I wanna make money, and decided to chase my dreams of being a camp counselor. And so that is lesson number 4. So today, I hope you enjoyed my lessons, and I hope you understood that I not only made memories at camp, but I've learned valuable life lessons at camp. I've learned 4 of them.